guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm listening to some hype music right now. So excited. Today we're making sofrito. Sofrito is a necessary base for a lot of Latin cooking dishes. Latin, Latino, whatever. So basically, a base is basically you could put this in a pan, fry it up a little bit, and you got a ton of nice, delicious flavor for your chicken, your rice, your soups, your beans. And you know what? You can make it in bulk and not have to do it every single day. So basically, it's pretty straightforward. So you're gonna take bell pepper, onion, garlic, cilantro, a little bit of olive oil and some sea salt, and you're just gonna really roughly chop those up. So you just want to make them small enough so that they fit in your blender, and just let the blender do the work. Don't break your back over this. So sometimes the sofrito can be made with different things. A lot of people use culantro, which is a little bit different from cilantro. They're like in the same family, but culantro is a little bit harder to find. And really it's just a little bit stronger than the cilantro. But if you can't find it, don't sweat it. Just use what you got. A lot of the stores carry cilantro and not culantro, so just get what you can. So like I said, you're just going to give it a rough chop and you're going to stick everything into your blender. Now I'm going to take a little moment here and I'm going to plug my little blender. It's the NutriBullet blender and I absolutely love it. It was a gift from my wonderful husband who loves me so much. He always gets me the best of the best, but honestly it was really his fault. So yeah, he broke my blender when he was making banana milkshakes. He stuck a spoon in there and it just like killed the whole thing. But anyway, he made up for it. Got me this NutriBullet blender, and it comes with this little attachment that you can kind of put in that hole up on top and just push things through. So sometimes, especially those bell peppers, they have a lot of space in them, so they need a little bit of pressure to get them near the blade. And I really like that little plastic I don't know what it's called, pusher downer. That doesn't sound correct, but whatever, it does the job and it doesn't go too far down to where it hits the blade. So a little earlier I put a little bit of water in my first batch just to help get movement in there, so feel free to do that. Don't worry about it, won't kill your sofrito, but it will give you some space in your blender. And basically all you're gonna do is you're gonna take everything that you cut up. I think I have about a cup of cilantro. You're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna blend it all. So just a little tip. Make sure you get like a little bowl or Tupperware or whatever you're gonna put it in that's big enough so where you can mix and combine all of that sofrito up. As you can see, I'm doing like different, like heavy loads of cilantro in some of those blending sessions, quote unquote. And I just want to make sure that whenever I do put it all in one bowl, that I can mix it nice and evenly, because I don't want just patches of like cilantro taste. So make sure it's big enough that you can mix it together and kind of give it that even taste. And go ahead and just put, I think I put about, I don't know, eyeball your olive oil. You don't have to put like a bunch in there. I think if I were to measure that out, it would probably be like 3 tablespoons and just like 2 little pinches of sea salt. So then you're just gonna blend it all. Blend it until it's all smooth and it's combined and looks pretty good, like baby food, and smells delicious, but not like baby food. And then you're going to combine your batches. So this first red portion is when I did mostly the bell peppers. So if you're going to use like a red or a yellow bell pepper in it, which is doable, you can do that. It's going to give it a red look instead of the traditional like green sofrito look. But when you start seeing me mix it together, it'll get that green color to it. So don't worry, it doesn't really matter what the color is. As long as the flavor is there, that's all that matters. So if you have nothing but red bell peppers, use those red bell peppers. And there you go, ladies and cowboys, damas y caballeros, you have your sofrito. Thank you very much. Freeze that bad boy and use it when you need it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are cooking. What's new? Back at it again, back in the kitchen, mostly just recording finally, because obviously I've been in the kitchen and it's been a while, but finally back on it. So this time around, I am making sofrito. So sofrito is basically a base for a lot of cooking. And honestly, there's a little bit of history in it for me personally. So when I was younger, we used to go to a Spanish church, and there was, of course, Latinos of all different kinds. There was Costa Ricans, there was Argentinians, there was Mexicans, there was Guatemalans, but we all came together and we all kind of learned from each other. And so one of the things that I've learned, or that I did learn when I was very young, was how to make sofrito. And I learned it from my Costa Rican pastor's wife. She taught my mom, and my mom used to make us sit in the kitchen every like Saturday and make big batches of sofrito. And so basically we were just sitting there, you know, cleaning bell peppers, washing all of these, you know, vegetables, um, onion and garlic, and, you know, and honestly, it was before you could even go to the store and get like pre-prepared garlic or pre-cut onion or pre-cut cilantro. So we were literally like in bulk. The table was full of all these vegetables, and we washed them all, and then we'd chop them, roughly chop them, and then we'd just sit there by the blender and and, you know, kind of blend it all together. But we usually used it a lot for rice. Now, fast forward here in my life, I got married when I was like 23, and my husband's Puerto Rican. And so I learned that really it came from Puerto Ricans. So Puerto Ricans really use sofrito as a base. I know there's a constant like battle between whether it's Cubans that created sofrito or Puerto Ricans, but I did do research and I found that it is a Puerto Rican thing. So I didn't make sofrito for the longest time because I started cheating. So before my husband and I got married, and I would just cook on my own, they started selling sofrito at the store. So it was fresh. Well, take that back. No, it was like a Goya bottle. And so my mom and I, we really just started cheating and buying the Goya bottle and just using it. It's not the same. It does not taste at all the same. So I would highly recommend making your own or finding something else. And then when I got married, you know, my husband's grandma made it, and they would make it just like we did when we were younger, in bulk, and she would always give us some, so I always had enough in my freezer. Well, even then, you know, if grandma didn't make any and we needed some, they finally started making some legit sofrito at the store, and you could find it in like a plastic Tupperware, and it was really good quality. And so I hadn't made sofrito in such a very long time. Well, now we're in Texas. All of our family's in Florida. And so are there lots of Puerto Ricans in Texas? No. So I have to make my own sofrito again. So I'm back at square one, remembering and trying to get the hang of the ratios and everything on how to make my own sofrito. So I've been doing it now. I really don't have a choice. I need it. So here we are making sofrito. Just so you know, you can use sofrito in your rice, you can use sofrito in your beans, you can use it baking chicken, like my husband would just use it on top of the chicken and put like maybe a little bit of adobo spice, it's a Goya brand. You put it on there with a little bit of salt and pepper, bake it, and you're good to go. You can use sofrito for anything, but it's so good, it's so delicious. They use it in arroz con gandules, they use it in so many different dishes, but I encourage you to really try to make this. If you're looking for like a Hispanic meal or a Latino meal, I don't know if we say Hispanic anymore, I don't know if that's politically correct, whatever. But try it, it's delicious. And what I do is I usually put it in plastic bags and I freeze it. So I'll use like maybe a cup and keep it in my fridge. It lasts a while, it lasts a good, I would say, a month. So put it in the fridge for one, and then you can put some in the freezer. Some people usually put like, they'll put it in an ice tray, an ice cube tray, and then just pop them out and then use one cube whenever they're making their meal or whatever. But I personally like to just eyeball it. Like if I'm using it in rice or if I'm using it in chicken, I don't want to be like narrowed down to just a cube. If I want more, I want to use more. So I usually just keep it, kind of runny and then keep it in one bag and take bags out at a time. So anyways, I hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for more content, it's coming. Don't worry. But like my channel, subscribe. There's so much more to come. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you guys soon.